Hi everybody, this is Dave Collins again talking to you from Boulder, Colorado, doing our interviews with the camera. Over the past few months, it's been very interesting, January, February, and this first part of March. When I last spoke with you, I was doing a lot of interviewing here at the hotel where we are right now in the Millennium, and I was going for a office manager or a front office manager job. I didn't get that job, but I did get promoted, and now I'm the lead trainer and supervisor for the front office. So it's a little bit different than what I was going for, but it's pretty enjoyable. On the job search side, it's just still going, still doing interviews, meeting with some companies, getting into the first round, the second round. I encourage everybody just to keep going. You know, it's one of those things where you're looking for one right opportunity, and that's the one that you want to get. But along the way, you have to go through a lot to get there. And that's the hardest part, is when you see something that looks really promising, that you really want to go for, and you think it'll really enhance what you're doing in your life, and then get bumped from it, or not brought in another time. Sometimes you just have to say, hey, it's not the right fit, and you have to look at it from both sides, because the employer has a choice in continuing on, but then you, as a job seeker, also have a choice in continuing on or not in the process. So most of the interviews I went on, it was the other side, and you know, that's just the way it is. There were people with more experience in the industry that I was looking at, and less on the just hardcore or hard skills side that I brought. So I encourage everybody to just keep applying, keep making those connections, and really keep working toward what you really want to end up doing. You know, people are saying, and in the newspapers are saying the economy's rebounding, things are getting better. You know, but all through this process for me, I just kept looking around and seeing that the shopping malls had people in them. There were a lot of companies that still kept people, that didn't reduce payroll, that some increased their employees in their payroll. And so for me, the bigger picture of the economy was really more of a test for me of my mindset of where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. I just look and I say, you know what, if it's 10% unemployment, that's 90% employment. You know, when the numbers get bigger than that, then I think things start really getting bad. But for the most part, I always look at the nicer side of the news, I guess, or the nicer side of the numbers, but still being realistic about everything. But for the most part on the economy side, I never really let it impact me or bring me down or excuse me, or get in my way. I just didn't want to see that overarching thing happen, because there's just so much, it's such a segmented economy as well, with so many different companies doing so many different things, and some are just booming and doing fantastic, and then others are kind of slogging along. So really I just kind of took it in stride and said, you know what, it's more about my life, it's more about where I want to go, what I want to do for my kids, and just kept focusing on that and put the bad news behind me. I think there's a lot of people out there who are really looking to land one job and say, oh good, I'm employed and I'm done. And for me, over the past 3 years, it's really been a mosaic. It's been doing consulting work for 10 hours a week for an engineering company here. And frankly, putting up signs for a company in the middle of the night on weekends over here. Meshing things together. I plow snow when it snows out. I work here at the Millennium Hotel. I've done driving people to doctor's appointments who are on workman's comp for 2 days a week for about a year. So really, you know, I've really taken a different approach to things and looking at work more as revenue, and how can I bring in more revenue, and where can I do that? I just know there's a lot of people out there who don't want to pick up another job or a part-time job. But for me, I said, you know what, bring it on. I'll work 2, 3, 4 jobs, and I have. I mean, there's been times when I've come into work here at the hotel after being up all night plowing snow. You know, a little bit of coffee, and then you just get right back in it, second wind, and we're good to go. But I want to encourage people to go do that, to go find that extra thing. You know, we're here tonight talking about Isogenics, which is the health and wellness business I'm involved in. And I'm totally excited about that, because that's more of a longer term, and it's a residual income. So it's not going to be me saying, okay, here's my time and here's the money I get for it. it's going to be an investment, and then it's going to build and grow. So this is just another one of the pieces that I've been working on to make more of a business mindset out of my life. So it's shaking up the foundation of how things used to be with, oh, I have a job Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, whatever it is, to, hey, I got 7 days, 24 hours, and I can fill in the pieces and still have time to be with my kids, to go do fun things, to go hiking, to go fishing, all of that, and really just make the most of that. And just kind of just change how I was looking at everything. And for the past few years, it's worked out. So I encourage everybody, you know, go do that, go try it. The worst that's going to happen is you'll learn that it wasn't for you, and then you can say, great, now I can focus better on these things because I know these things aren't going to work.